Decisions, decisions everywhere. We need to take decisions. 4 years ago, I did it. After years working in investment banking, private equity, and venture capital, I became the captain of my own career, focusing on my consultancy and investment firm. So have you ever stood at this crossroad in your life where you know the next step will redefine everything? What I'm talking about today isn't about rejecting traditional paths. It's quite the opposite. It is about encouraging and combining what you really strive for. My background in finance taught me valuable skills, and I use them every day. However, working in structured environments like consulting or banking is an exceptional foundation. The analytical rigor, the attention to detail, and this professional discipline, basically you can apply in all the industries in the world. But here's the thing: resilience, true resilience, taught me something more profound: how to transform challenges into opportunities. So today I will share my turning points in my own journey, which led to 3 principles of resilient growth. And these aren't abstract concepts. These are practical tools which can also guide you through your own challenges and your own transformation. So let's explore them together. My first turning point: from achievements to purpose. Picture this: conference room, 30 levels up, Frankfurt skyline. Hours of signing investment contracts. Champagne glasses clinking. We just closed the company acquisition. Everybody was happy. But I was wondering, does this really add value beyond financial returns? Does this make any contribution to meaningful innovation? I wasn't sure about it. But this was not rejecting achievement. It was more expanding and evolving to my definition of value. However, it was quite difficult to reflect on the projects and all my transaction experience, realizing something is missing. So have you ever felt this disconnect? You succeed in external metrics, but somehow something is missing. And this leads me to my first principle of resilient growth. Clarity and purpose come together. My purpose gives me clarity. So when I was reflecting, I realized the projects, the transactions, the environments I was really coming alive were the ones where I saw financial returns, but also an impact. So why not put together our professional capabilities, which are important, but also our internal values? And it's not about choosing between success or values. It is finding the intersection where both of them are possible. My second turning point: from intensity to endurance. So working in banking is teaching you exceptional skills. I was just saying that, but also it comes with poor habits. Once a colleague told me that it's like about faster, higher, like you really have to keep up with the pace in this environment, and it's pretty cool. I really enjoyed it. I adapted pretty well to it. So I got my BlackBerry back then. It was super cool. And when this red light was flashing because I got another email, it was kind of rewarding. But somehow I thought, that's it now? Like 24/7, cool transactions, but that's it? It didn't feel right to me. So I started questioning, why do we need this instant availability, long hours, this drive all the time? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I started including more, let's say, regenerating aspects to my daily life. I scheduled business meetings, but I also scheduled my exercises. I did not respond always to my emails and not fastly all the time. And this really changed a lot. Maybe you think about it in this way, and I think that example makes it very clear. A farmer would never expect any field to continuously perform. Everybody knows we need to let them rest, they can generate, and here comes very long-term performance. However, yet in business, somehow we are expected to perform all the time. So I realized during my resting times and going to the gym and all that stuff, that the best ideas to these complex challenges I was facing always came during my resting time. It was a Sunday morning, it was traveling, it was dinner with friends, where I had the best ideas. It was never at midnight when I was sitting in front of my Excel sheets. And this leads to my second principle of resilient growth. We need sustainable endurance. And this is driving our performance. My third turning point. You know, everybody know 2020, COVID arrived, 2021 was still there, somehow felt like it arrived again. It was my third turning point because I realized that fear should be transformed in optimistic adaptation. I was not happy with putting my head in the sand and just thinking, no movement. Everybody was standing still. So back then, I was supporting my portfolio company, they're called Dream Team, and they had a big issue. Dream Team is providing team building events in person and live. Imagine that during COVID times, not possible. So they worked on this business plan for months. They were currently raising funds, and the business plan and the business model was obsolete overnight. And we were thinking, like, what can we do now? Like, it's not working. But then we started asking the right questions. So we thought about, okay, if that's the limitation, what do we have? We have the founders, we have investors, we have customers still operating, and we have still teams who need to get together, but maybe not physically. So what the team did, they re-evaluated their skills, technological capabilities, and also the option of pivoting like this. And this is what they did. They came up basically overnight, and they transformed from this in-person live meetings to digital ones. Sounds simple, right? Was not simple at all, like when we thought about it. And this only happened because we were asking this question, why not? Why not thinking out of the box? Why not taking on this challenge? Why not being optimistic? It basically saved the company. They are still up and running. Right now they have enhanced the offering, so they are not only the provider for team building events online, but now since we can meet again, luckily, also live in sessions all over Germany, and they grew so much. And this led to my third principle of resilient growth, that we need optimistic adaptation to embrace challenges as opportunities. So these three principles, that purpose creates clarity, and sustainable endurance, as well as optimistic adaptation, is my foundation for my growth. And this isn't finished. It's just the beginning. So for all professionals that are just starting the career, it's very important that this is not a final destination. It is building a foundation. And for everyone who is already more progressed, it's not wasted what you have done in the past. It prepared you for what's coming next. And for everyone who faces uncertainty, resilience is not just to stand up after a setback. It is continuously evolving and embracing these opportunities. So these specific opportunities are the ones which make you to grow and which make you to define your journey, as I found my journey. And it's exactly that is stepping into the stones, the heritage, and everything you do in the future is based on this resilience. But embrace it and take on the challenge so you can see the opportunities. Thank you.